How you doing, Mr. DJ? Back counting down. Gonna start counting down another fantasy playlist. Although this one adheres pretty closely to Billboard's top 40. That's the way I did my fantasy playlist back in the early years. It used to just go strictly by Billboard's top 40. Although there was a little bit of imagination thrown in, and a little bit of it on this fantasy playlist. And let's go ahead and start with number 40. Boy, this song got a lot of airplay on the FM top 40 stations, and of course a few remaining AM top 40 stations as well. Late summer, fall of 1981. Genesis, No Reply at All. It's from the album Abacab. Abacab was a fantastic record by Genesis. It came off, the title track was released as a single, a winter of 81 and 82. It was a nice record by them. Genesis, No Reply at All. And No Reply at All struck out a direction towards the mainstream. Now this started kind of with Misunderstanding in the summer of 1980, and then Phil Collins doing his solo thing, I Missed Again, in the spring of 1981, another mainstream record, and of course In the Air Tonight, in the summer of 1981, sort of a spooky sounding record for Phil Collins. Gosh dog it, I mean, looking back, particularly at 1981, this was a big year for Genesis and for Phil Collins as well. Although now this particular record, No Reply at All, despite extensive airplay, only got as high as number 29 on Billboard's Hot 100. I tell you, the song that really got in by Genesis during that era, late summer, summer/fall of 1980, Turn It On Again by Genesis. It was definitely a throwback to the prog rock days. It just sounded like an epic record. It was absolute epic, and the chord changes, the changing musical signatures between the verse and of course the bridge was just awesome record. But it didn't do that well here in the States. Made top 60 here in the States, but the song went to number 8 in England. Highly recommend that song if you like Genesis. If you've never heard that song, Turn It On Again. Boy, I really got into that, but just wasn't a big hit here in America. And, I guess that's all. Oh, by the way, the horn section of this song, arranged by a guy named Thomas Washington, horn arranger for Earth, Wind, and Fire. How about that? Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford, and Phil Collins. And one other thing about Phil Collins, I just found out about Phil Collins. I Missed Again, off his solo album, was about his first wife. His first wife left him. It's about his anger and his frustration. I kind of suspect that this record may reflect his anger and frustration towards his first wife as well. No Reply at All by Genesis at number 40 on my fantasy playlist. The date of September 29th, 1981.